Commanders under the lights on Monday night.
Chad Ryland will have the honor of getting us started. And we're off and running from Houston. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. So the Commanders' offense headed out for their opening drive. They'll be led out by an elite runner, one of the game's top dual-threat young quarterbacks. He was taken second in 2024, Jayden Daniels.
Their loss last week, it really isn't on him. He had a great game. He checked off a lot of the boxes they had for him in the game plan going in, especially the one at the top, Kate, getting him to the end zone. 3 touchdowns.
And they get to him as he was trying to make something happen. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up. Trying again, following the sack. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
Daniels throwing on third. Getting out to his left. He'll make a bid for it on the ground. And not much doing. He stopped quickly. So fourth down on heads, Braden Mann for the punt. And I imagine they were hoping they wouldn't need to bring him out so soon into this game. And not only does he go in the wrong direction, but he's stopped for a net loss on the return. So out comes their offense for its first possession of the game. And we'll get a look at the guy calling the shots, their fifth-year quarterback.
A 400-plus yard passing day, it takes everybody. It takes protection. It takes your eligible playmakers to make those catches and gain your yards. But it also takes a red-hot quarterback playing with tremendous confidence and belief in what he can do. Now, well, his teammates are counting on him to do it again.
They connect on the deep shot. He goes the distance. Touchdown, Houston. The Black Knights don't need long to take a 6-0 lead. Ryland able to connect on the point after. And the Black Knights will jump out to a 7-0 lead. All set now for the kickoff. Ryland with the honors. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. The Commanders and QB Jayden Daniels headed out for their next look on offense. And he's been more than just his work as a passer this season. Look at this. He's gotten the job done on the ground as well. Second among NFL quarterbacks in rushing yards. First and 10 now from the 30. Now Daniels off the play action. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. And the Black Knights take over on his 5th interception of the season. He steps in front and picks it off. Looked like he missed the spot there, partner. Maybe because he threw it on the run?
Yeah, I think that's exactly the case, Kate. You know, you get set in the pocket. This game is fast anyway. Things are flying, but once you get on the run, it is a whole nother speed and really becomes advantage defense as they take it away.
Throwing all the way to the end zone here. And he can't hang on. Touchdown in his arms. But it slips through. Second down coming up. Setting up a throw. Buys time, rolling right. He takes it himself. And he protects himself with a slide there after a decent gain.
You know, Kate, back in the day, we had a slip and slide at practice for moments just like that. Actually practicing how to slide and get out of harm's way. Nice gain on the play. And denied that defense yet another chance to take a shot on him.
All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Throwing off the play fake here. Lays out left side and gets it. Upping the tempo with some hurry-up offense. They go play action on first. Avoids the sack. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
You know what they say about assuming? Well, it's the same way on a football field. You can never assume. If you stop assuming that first sacker's going to get to the quarterback, well, you can run yourself right into trouble. This defense didn't. They didn't take a break. And they finally get him to the ground.
He throws a bullet deep to the right side. And no one had a shot at that. It's out of the back of the end zone, incomplete.
This is an excellent job, Kate, right here by the defense to deny that big play and make them earn it offensively. If they want to reach the end zone, they're going to have to scrap and fight right through them.
Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Third down pass didn't work, but the offense staying out there on fourth. Need a conversion, and they're throwing for it. And it's going to be incomplete. Couldn't connect to extend the drive. And a surprising fourth down call does not yield a first. This doesn't get there. It's a turnover on downs. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Washington ready to go on offense as they take the field. And it's far from the first time we're seeing this unit head out, Brock. But what we haven't seen so far in this opening half, well, we haven't seen much in terms of yardage.
You know, it's like they've written a few lyrics, but nowhere close to a song yet.
Only 2 yards, and it brings up 2nd and 8. Play fake here, Daniels. Catch is made down the right sideline. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. Let's see how they attack this first down, Brock, from the 43. They'll run here with Blake Corum. And they have that one contained right at the line. Emmanuel Forbes in on the tackle. 2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. On the gun, it's Daniels. It's caught, McLaughlin. And he's able to get this down to the 36. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Daniels from the pistol. Complete beyond the marker. And he's able to drive this to the 29 before the stop. The drive picks up here, 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he'll get it down to the 24-yard line. Give him 5 on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 5. Back-to-back carries here. And he's tackled with the first down yardage. It's a pickup of 9 yards. And the Commanders will have a first. Commanders ball as we get back for the second, and they're thinking points. They'll motion Smith left. First down, and they go right back to him. And he's brought down for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
I wish everybody had the opportunity to feel how fast that decision is made. With that RPO, it is a split second. And when you make the incorrect read, well, the play's busted up before it ever has a chance to start.
And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. The former soccer star, Brandon Aubrey, on now to attempt the field goal. It's a 34-yarder from that right hash. Gay's kick is good. And it's dropped back down now to a 4-point game.
That's the type of long, sustained drive that takes some of the starch out of your opponent. The only negative is that the kicking team was out there for a field goal and not an extra point. But they do come away with 3.
The Black Knights are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. And as he continues lighting up the stat sheets this season, we can see he's still chasing one man for the NFL lead in passing yardage. Throwing from the gun here. He's trying to go deep again. He's got it deep downfield. Touchdown, Houston. The Black Knights now lead by 10. Ryland tacks on the extra point. And the Black Knights drive their lead to 11. All set now for the kickoff. Ryland with the honors. Starting from the 5. Big lick from the coverage team there. That's going to stop the return before it can get to the 30. The Commanders all set to regain possession. And down double digits, Brock. Field goals like we saw in their last drive aren't going to move the needle as much as they need to. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. He's able to drive that pile about a yard. Play stopped by Damone Clark. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Shotgun snap to Daniels. Toward the sideline, and he's got more. Pick up a few as he heads out of bounds. 3rd and 6 for them to figure out now. Out of the gun, Daniels. He has the first over the middle. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. They'll come up 1st and 10. Here's Daniels. Dumped off to his running back. Doesn't get much beyond the line, a yard at most. Play stopped by Damone Clark. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Again, Daniels to the air. Dump off caught by his back. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line. A less than ideal 3rd and 8 here. Now Daniels to throw. Throw right side, caught by Smith. And he's brought down before the return gets far. Braden Mann on the punt. And he wants to hit his 2nd effort just as well as he hit his 1st. And not his best punt here. He drops it several yards into the end zone. That's going to lead to a touchback. The Black Knights ready for their next series. Led out on offense by their quarterback. And he's been one of the best at leading an offense this season. As you can see, he's at 2nd in the NFL right now in touchdown passes. Forced out to his right. This is caught inside the 15. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. The Black Knights boat racing them to the halftime locker room. That one right down the middle. And the Black Knights push their lead to 18. All set now for the kickoff. Ryland with the honors. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. The Commanders set to take over. And they'll try for better results this time around, Brock, after they had to punt it away last time out. First and 10 now. Here's Daniels. His pass is complete. That's Zay Flowers. And a massive hit at the end of that play. Oh, baby. But he hangs on through it. Still able to get that first down. Oh, this is getting ugly early. Intercepted again. Trayvon Diggs has got it.
Well, obviously not the cleanest game with now 2 interceptions, but here's the key. This is where mental toughness for a quarterback becomes so critical. And frankly, why some of the best QBs playing today have baseball in their background, because you flush your mistakes. Okay, you strike out, you throw an interception, but you got to go get it in that next series. Got to put these interceptions behind and press forward ahead. You know, ball skills, they're not just a selling point for receivers entering the draft. Teams want defenders, especially in this day and age of the passing game, who can make plays on the ball, too, especially on these deeper throws. He doesn't swat that one away. We could be looking at a huge game.
Big gain downfield. And he will score. It's a Houston touchdown. The Black Knights boat racing them to the halftime locker room. That one splits the uprights. And the Black Knights grow their lead yet again. All set now for the kickoff. Ryland with the honors. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. Out comes the Commander offense for another series. They're trailing, but there's enough time, Brock, that they could get a scoring drive to attack that here before the break. Daniels on first down. Chased out to it. Trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop it. The Commanders take a timeout. They're first, as they'll meet and decide what to do on this second down. Trying again, following the sack. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's going to be brought down up at the 28-yard line. The defense calls a timeout. That's their first. This drive in some serious trouble. It's 3rd and 12. From the gun, here's a handoff. And he fought the good fight there just to make it back to the line. Timeout taken by the defense. Their second. Punter takes the field on 4th down, and he sends this one flying. Begins his return at the 16. And he's out of bounds. Not the return that he had drawn up. No way. And actually loses yards. The home team's headed back out on offense. Their quarterback returning to the field now. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. And he sure has put on that chef's hat to dice up their defense early in this one. Quite the appetizer that he's prepared to what could be a great overall performance. That's complete inside the 35-yard line. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. The Black Knights boat racing them to the halftime locker room. Ryland able to connect on the point after. And the Black Knights continue piling on to this lead. All set now for the kickoff. Ryland with the honors. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. The Commanders head out now late in the first half. And we'll see if they try to establish some positive momentum before halftime here, Brock, or if they just choose to head off and lick their wounds. He's on the move. Oh, he was on the move, but so was the defense, and they take him down. They really need some chunk yardage here on 2nd down. Another try following the sack. And the coverage just too good there. Didn't find a throw that he was confident in, so just throws it away. 3rd down coming up. The give now out of the shotgun. Good gain out past the 30. And he gets it forward to the 46-yard line. Final timeout taken by the Commanders. New set of downs for him from the 46. On 1st down, here's Daniels. McLaughlin there to bring it in. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field.
That is a textbook 1st down completion. Sets up 2nd and very manageable. It creates space to take that shot downfield.
Finding Flowers. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. So we'll catch up with the rest of the league later. Let's go right through halftime and on to the start of the third quarter. Aubrey now to kick this one away. Has this at the 6.
Well, that's the case of either overthinking things or somehow not thinking enough on that kickoff return. You got to think the 20-yard line is worst case. Instead, the coverage team sticks him with a really long field ahead.
Trying to throw here out of the gun. Here's a loft deep down the middle. Brought in inside the 20. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. The Black Knights grow the lead coming out of halftime. Ryland now for the extra point. Right down the middle. It's good. And the Black Knights tack on 7 more to their lead. All set now for the kickoff. Ryland with the honors. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. The offense being led back out by its quarterback as they get geared up for their next possession. 1st and 10 now from the 30. Daniels back to throw. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Tough one to retain through that hit. And we'll see what they do here on 2nd down. Throwing now, Daniels. It's caught, McLaughlin. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41. Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs.
So critical, Kate, on those receiver screens to get that ball out with great precision. You don't want that receiver thinking about anything but navigating the blocks in front of him. That's well done by everybody.
Caught by Flowers. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. It's a 31-yard play, and that'll be good for a Washington 1st. So the big play has him well into enemy territory and field goal range. They're inside the 30. Play fake here, Daniels. Escapes the pocket. He'll try and run this. And he's tackled for a short gain. 2nd down now, 7 to go. Handoff now out of the gun. And they make the play at the 23, a gain of only a little. They got 2 yards there. That leaves them with 3rd down and 5. Back to throw. Here's Daniels. The screen pass falls incomplete. Looking for the back that time. And that leaves them with 4th and 5. Gay's kick is good. And Brock, I'd say that's more of a moral victory than something that's really going to affect the deficit much.
Inspiring a bunch of confidence in himself right there, Kate. 2nd time they brought him out for a field goal, and 2nd time, well, he's knocked it right through. Trust is earned in a number of different ways on the field, but that's the best way to gain it as a kicker.
This offense and their quarterback making their way back out there, ready to take over once again. And last drive, he reached one of those numbers that everyone looks at as a benchmark after the season ends, Brock. Quite the year that he's put together, finding the end zone. Throwing from near his own goal line. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. 2nd down coming up.
Let's go now.
Now they'll throw out of the gun. He's going deep this time. That's complete inside the 35. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. The Black Knights keeping the pedal floored and adding 6 more. Ryland tacks on the extra point. And the Black Knights continue adding on to that lead. All set now for the kickoff. Ryland with the honors. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Daniels now. Throw right side is caught by Samuel. And he'll be brought down a step or two shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48. One play in, and already they're close to midfield. This finds Smith. The big play nets him 17 yards. And the Commanders will have a first.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
Here we go, set. Go.
On 1st down, they'll run. And they'll surrender just a lone yard. That brings up 2nd down. They've got a man in motion. Brought in right side by Moore. They deliver a shot before he can get to the line.
A good RPO play, it takes a lot of timing, proper decision-making from a calm, cool, collected offense. Well, that one didn't have any of it.
Daniels throwing on 3rd. Setting up the screen. And he gets down to the 24 before he stopped. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12. They'll keep this drive moving and come to the line for 1st and 10. Shotgun snap to Daniels. Nabs along that sideline. Samuel. And he's out of bounds inside the red zone, just short of the 15. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Again, Daniels to the air. He's on the move. Now here he goes. And he slides down with enough to pick up that first. They get 13 on the pickup. And that will set up 1st and goal. They send a man in motion. From the gun, it's Daniels. Escapes the pocket. This time they're going to get there, and they drop it. And they're headed in reverse after that sack. Loss sets him up at the 9-yard line. It's 2nd and goal. They'll try and punch it in. And without much room to work, he has a minimal gain on the final play of the 3rd quarter. We're off to the 4th quarter. Buckle up. It's 3rd and goal. Out of the gun, Daniels. He's on the move. Diving for the goal line, and it's not free! And Washington finishes the return in the end zone. Touchdown! The Commanders picked up the fumble and ran it home. It's a Devontae Smith touchdown. Aubrey good on the point after. And the Commanders take 7 points off the deficit.
Commanders 13.
Aubrey now to kick this one away. Returning it from the 4.
His guys take over first and
Can't happen. Man, that's just something you never, ever see at this level. That's a complete failure of operation, not just by the returner, but the return team in general. And now, instead of getting into your normal offense, you got to find some way, somehow, to dig yourself out of this hole.
Taking his shot deep down the field it goes. Big gain downfield. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. The Black Knights throwing 6 more on the blowout. Ryland able to connect on the point after. And they'll continue adding to their lead. All set now for the kickoff. Ryland with the honors. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. And Brock, we got a pretty good idea how a lot of the playoff picture is going to shake out, but still some time left for things to change near the end of the season. 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Let's go now.
Now Daniels to throw. Completed to his running back. Rolling into enemy territory. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with 1st and goal. Here's the lone back on the handoff. And he's caught behind the line for a loss. It's 2nd and goal.
Here we go.
They send a receiver in motion right. They give it to him up the middle. And the hit stops him cold. Wow, he maybe got back to the line. No gain on the play, and they have to come up with 7 yards now on 3rd and goal.
Okay, ready? Here we go, set.
Here's Daniels. Escapes the pocket. And he's able to get it to the 2 before the stop. So for the 3rd time tonight, they're going to bring him out for a field goal try. Angling this one in from the right hash, the challenge here. Gay's kick is good. And Brock, I'd say that's more of a moral victory than something that's really going to affect the deficit much.
So many of these players on the field, Kate, they just strive for consistency, but not the kickers. They strive for perfection, and so far, he's just that. Well, that's the case of either overthinking things or somehow not thinking enough on that kickoff return. You got to think the 20-yard line is worst case. Instead, the coverage team sticks him with a really long field ahead.
1st and 10, they're going to throw. He's going deep. Wide open down the field, and he has it. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. The Black Knights continue adding to an insurmountable lead. Ryland tacks on the extra point. And they'll continue adding to their lead. All set now for the kickoff. Ryland with the honors. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. The Washington offense getting set for its next possession. And all game, they have struggled to attack this deficit. Maybe they can do a little window dressing here. Daniels on 1st down. He's got it deep downfield. And he's in for the Washington touchdown. The Commanders putting up points in a game decided. DJ Moore, the touchdown. Extra point from Aubrey is up and good. And the Commanders cut into the lead by another point. Aubrey now to kick this one away. Return coming from the 6. The Houston offense out and ready. They're out and set. 1st and 10.
70 Lion, Buffalo 18. Let's go.
Throwing it to start this drive. He lobs it up, looking deep to the right side. And they can't connect on the deep look. Still a couple of snaps to play with, though, here. We've got 2nd down.
60 by 6. Ready.
He'll throw it. Oh, he got free. Got to him right as he threw it, and it falls to the ground.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
They connect on the deep shot. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. The Black Knights running them out of the building. Ryland able to connect on the point after. And they'll continue adding to their lead. All set now for the kickoff. Ryland with the honors. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. Their offense returning to the field for another possession. It sure seems like they've been able to score every time they've touched it this quarter, Brock. So high hopes again for this upcoming series.
Go.
1st and 10 now. Here's Daniels. They left him wide open. It's complete. Gets it to the 15. And he's in for the Washington touchdown. The Commanders making the scoreboard look a touch better. It's a Devontae Smith touchdown.
Reload.
Aubrey good on the point after. And the Commanders take 7 points off the deficit. Aubrey now to kick this one away. He fields it from the 8. The drive will start out with a 1st and 10.
60
They'll come out throwing. He's going to try to drop it in deep right. That's complete inside the 35-yard line. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. The Black Knights throwing 6 more on the blowout. Ryland tacks on the extra point. And they'll continue adding to their lead. All set now for the kickoff. Ryland with the honors. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. The offense getting set to go. They have been automatic scoring in this quarter, and yet another opportunity to do so here. 1st and 10 now from the 30. To throw, Daniels. Toward the sideline, and he's got more. And he'll go out of bounds close to that 35-yard line. Down inside the 40 now with a 1st down following that last play.
Check, Panther. Unlock line. Bronco switch. Bronco
Now
switch.
Daniels off the play action. He's trying another one deep. And that's a Washington touchdown. Well, Brock, this one has not been good to them so far, but they are still fighting and able to get in there for 6.
Just a drive that was all about scratching and clawing. As much as anything, Kate, it was just a pride drive to go and get your job done.
Commanders 37.
Aubrey now to kick this one away. Return starts at the 3.
Well, that's a case of either overthinking things or somehow not thinking enough on that kickoff return. You got to think the 20-yard line is worst case. Instead, the coverage team sticks him with a really long field ahead.
Back to throw on 1st and 10. He put everything he had into this one. Space on the right, and he's got room. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. The Black Knights continue adding to an insurmountable lead. I love plays like this, Brock. Sometimes you just got to ask your dude, show me what you got, man. Show off those wheels, and he did just that.
Yeah, beauty in simplicity, right?
Yep.
Now, when you run that fly route, you got to win right from the jump. And you got to protect yourself from the sideline, too. Don't get pushed to the boundary. Give your quarterback room to throw it up, and you can find pay dirt.
And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. Their offense ready to take the field now. And we've seen some matching touchdowns as of late, so the scoring coming at a good clip, Brock. Let's see if they can keep this up.
You know what's fun, Kate? After all of these years, I have friends that are offensive guys.
There he goes on the right side. And he's in for the Washington touchdown. The Commanders putting up points in a game decided. It's a Devontae Smith touchdown. His 2nd scoring catch of the game. Extra point from Aubrey is up and good. And the Commanders cut into the lead by another point. Aubrey now to kick this one away. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10.
60 Bobcat. 60 Bobcat. Here we go. Set. Hook.
Throwing from near his own goal line. Launches one deep downfield. Complete out to the right side. And he flips the field for them before being taken down.
3 yards to gain on the play. That's good. 4 First and 10 at the 32-yard line.
Back now, pressure on its way. Taking a big shot for the end. And we shouldn't be surprised as they connect in the end zone for yet another touchdown. The Black Knights are running them out of the building. Ryland able to connect on the point after. And they'll continue adding to their lead. All right, partner, what do you think? Was that a design read, or did he just see space and he was reacting more on the old quarterback instinct there?
Yes. I think yes on both of them, and that play happens so fast that it really is instincts on both sides.
The Commanders and receiver Devontae Smith returning to the field. Well, Brock, it only took them one play to reach the end zone last drive. They might have to work a little bit harder this time out. First and 10 now from the 30. Daniels from the pistol. That's Smith on the slant. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot. That takes us to the 2-minute warning in Houston. Commanders just want to get out of here with how this one is gone. New set of downs for him from the 46. On first down, here's Daniels. Hits him on the out route. At the 20. Running down the left side. And this is all for cosmetics as he's in for the late touchdown. The Commanders making the scoreboard look a touch better. Zay Flowers, the touchdown. Aubrey good on the point after. And the Commanders take 7 points off the deficit. Aubrey now to kick this one away. This return starts at the 5.
Well, that's a case of either overthinking things or somehow not thinking enough on that kickoff return. You got to think the 20-yard line is worst case. Instead, the coverage team sticks him with a really long field ahead.
Let's go.
Oh, look at this. He's setting up to throw. Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete. Couldn't connect on first. It's second down.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
Ready?
Wow, they're going to pass it here. He puts some air under this one, deep right. He's got it at the 30. And the scoring will never end. It's another touchdown. The Black Knights throwing 6 more on the blowout. Ryland now for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And they'll continue adding to their lead. All set now for the kickoff. Ryland with the honors. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. The Commanders send Zay Flowers ready for another look on offense. And they'll get one final chance in a game that, to put it mildly, Brock, has been a bit of a miserable experience for him. And they'll stand him up and sit him down at the line. The defense calls a timeout. So that's their first. Shotgun snap to Daniels. The rush gets home, and they stick him. And that pushes them back. Third down coming up. From the gun, it's Daniels. Trying to push it deep downfield. It's complete. Oh, my. They left him wide open downfield. And it won't matter in the end, but nevertheless, he's in for the late touchdown. The Commanders putting up points in a game decided. Extra point from Aubrey is up and good. And the Commanders cut into the lead by another point. Aubrey now to kick this one away. Has this at the 6. And the dive ends in uninspiring return. They've got some work ahead of themselves. The offense returning to the field now as we get a look at their wideouts. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. They're looking to just hang on to the ball through the finish. Defense has all of its timeouts, but with this game out of reach, a good chance they just let it run. That's complete inside the 35. And sorry if you've heard this before, Brock. They've scored again, and they grow that lead further. The Black Knights continue adding to an insurmountable lead. That one right down the middle. And they'll continue adding to their lead. All set now for the kickoff. Ryland with the honors. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. Now outruns their offense to take over. And that last drive, no answer for what they were doing through the air, so expect some tighter coverage this time around. Out of the gun, Daniels. This finds Smith. Here he goes again. And he breaks into enemy territory before being stopped on a huge gain. Timeout taken by the defense, their second. Working inside the red zone. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. The defense takes its 3rd and final timeout. Leading 10 yards now as they line up at 2nd and goal. Daniels. And that'll chip away some of this near the end. It's caught for a touchdown. The Commanders making the scoreboard look a touch better. It's a Devontae Smith touchdown. His 3rd through the air this game. That one splits the uprights. And the Commanders take 7 points off the deficit. Aubrey now to kick this one away. Starting from the 5. This offense headed back to the field, led by their receiver. And even with 3 timeouts left on the other sideline, they have this one wrapped up. We'll see if they even use those timeouts.
Here we go, set.
Trying to throw here out of the gun. He's got time here. Oh, he put everything he had into that. That's grabbed inside the 30. And the scoring will never end. It's another touchdown. The Black Knights running them out of the building. Ryland tacks on the extra point. And they'll continue adding to their lead. All set now for the kickoff. Ryland with the honors. Returning it from the 4. This return makes it up to the 25. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Here's Daniels. They don't connect there, and now just 3 seconds showing on the clock. All right, one more snap to play here. One final shot here. And that last pass falls incomplete as this game comes to a close. So something to be proud of, Brock, as they come away with the win.